Okay, I think I've been using too much accent lately. I hurt myself yesterday and I said ouch with a British accent. So I'll try to keep that calm. I'll try to calm that down a little bit. All right, here we go. I did a little bit of work since we last met. And here we have the floor. I pulled up the old floor, the sheet vinyl with the underlayment that was attached. It came up all together. Just pulled up all the actual underlayment, which was held down by these staples. So here's another project of either smashing them down or pulling them up. Smashing them down will probably be the easier way to go, since we're just going to do an overlay of the new floor when it comes to that. And that'll only be for about 2/3 of the floor. The other third of the floor is going to be fresh subfloor, because we did some work here. We, meaning me, myself, and I, again. Anyways, I have, what's going on here is access to that joist underneath the wall so that I can sister on a couple of joists in order to be able to jack up this wall. And then out here, I noticed, careful, don't fall like you did yesterday. And out here you can see that we had some issues with our joists. You can kind of tell there's some things going on there that shouldn't be going on. Wiggly. 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 So, yeah, the beam underneath it, holding them, I don't know if you see that movement, the beam wasn't really solid in place either. So, I guess every time you stepped on the floor joists would compress down to the beam, and then it wouldn't wiggle so much, maybe. Yeah. If you step on that one, the beam doesn't move. So we got to fix that. The reason why I tore it back all the way to this point would be so that I can tie in the new floor joist back to the location of the new beam, which is going to be adjacent to this existing beam, which was sitting on the logs and such. So that way we'll just have, instead of creating more hinge points than we actually need in the floor joists, I'll just be tying them back, putting in long enough joists to span back to the new beam. Am I running on too much? Am I going on and on and on, talking too much? And then upstairs, we have in here, if you remember this wall, next to our chimney, this wall is actually going to come out all the way across. The door, everything, this closet area here, this has to come out, because after I was assessing more accurately, I realized that there was no belly or no sag in the ceiling that actually would match the sag that's in the floor. And so what I established is the floor is actually going to raise anywhere from 2 to 3 inches in the center of the floor, but the ceiling is actually straight. Not necessarily level, but it's straight. There's no belly in it, no sag. So if I were to jack up the floor, you can see, put 2 and 2 together, the wall would go up, and the wall would crush into the ceiling, and the ceiling would then, in turn, crush up into the roof rafters, so there'd be issues. So the wall has to come out. So that's that. Okay. Some real exciting stuff going on here. We got the wall taken out upstairs. I'll just show you through the hole. I won't go up there. The wall is taken out up there. And got some more floor cut out here. That was cut out already, but I took it further all the way back to this beam here, and so as to get full length 2x8s in here for shoring up this wall. So you can see actually down here, I've already got one in place. That one's actually lag bolted right onto the old floor joist in there with some 4-inch nice lag bolt type items there, and then I nailed it off for the rest of the way to qualify it as a beam. It's tied together excellently, and now in order to get this next one in, I know you can't quite see from there, but we're actually, the one I already installed is a little lower than this one here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to I've got the jack placed in such a way that the jack is just sitting on that, on the second joist in. So I'm gonna actually jack that up just a little bit so that it meets the new board. You probably can't see anything going on by me tweaking on that, but there it is. Just up like a 1/4 inch tops. Now I'll screw that the rest of the way, and I'll move the jack down to here and actually finish bringing this board up to level by jacking it somewhere in this region here, right there, and then finish screwing it off, and then it will be in a position where I'll finish shimming off underneath the rest of these studs, in right where these were rotted off and different things, and the old rotted boards from underneath there just kind of got pulled out from underneath. I'll shim those up, and then we'll be ready to start jacking it up for real and putting in the appropriate posts so that this whole wall will be going up. And we're going according to schedule. It's wonderful. Okay.